This is Rebecca, this is Ritu, and Ms. Dhani. We would like to have a more of interactive session. However, we will try and inspire you the way that we grew from a small villa with 10 students and 2 teachers to what it is today as 13,000 students and 800 teachers spread over 3 campuses. Our links with community emerges from the school's vision statement. The mission statement is just not looking at the academic progress of the student. As you can see, it is to develop or create proactive global citizens. Very often these days we are hearing about preparing our students for the 21st century workplaces. But we believe that if you develop citizens who are flexible and adaptable and who have the values of sympathy and empathy, they will be able to face the challenges of their working places. So what we need to do is to imbibe these basic skills and values in the children, not just the academics. And the whole day today we have been hearing about this from the presenters in the auditorium. Emerging from the vision is the mission of the school, which is to instill appropriate and desirable ethical values to make the students productive and responsible members of society. Lecture classes, theory will not help the children to imbibe these values. So what we as a school do is to provide platform for each and every single student to be a part of the giver. Now, when we say we give back to the society, that kind of spirit is instilled in the student as and when they join the school, even when they leave the school, and when they work in the society here in Dubai or elsewhere. The link is continuing and they continue to pay back to the community through the Indian high school. So consciously we prepare some platform for the students to work. So that's what we as leaders of the school do. We plan some platform for the school, for the students to be deeply involved in community activities. And the proceeds from these activities usually goes into the chairman's welfare fund, and we have also what we call as the endowment fund, which is run by the alumni. And from the chairman's welfare fund we pay the scholarships, we pay the fees for the students who are unable to meet their financial requirements, and we offer internships and jobs for students, especially those students who have special needs. They too pay back into the endowment fund, and all this again is put back into the community projects for the local community and elsewhere, that is back in India or elsewhere in the world, as and when there is a requirement. And by doing all this, what we are trying to do is to develop proactive global citizens. There are 2 methods in which we can pay back to the society: the tangible ways of giving and the intangible ways. Under the tangible ways of giving, an act of kindness and giving out of your talents and giving out of your wealth are the 3 possible areas. To talk more about this and give examples of this, I invite our head girl, Thunika.
A very good afternoon to one and all present here. I, Dhwani Khakhar of the Indian High School, would like to share with you the many ways in which my school collaborates with the community. Education is evolving due to the impact of the technology. As a part of the Let Us Rise Together program, IHS helped set up a smart classroom in the Zabil Secondary School for Girls for better, meaningful and innovative ways of learning. Project 3Rs, a student-driven program in which students prepared paper bags and distributed them to the canteen for minimal and negligible use of plastic bags. Project Brass Band. The brass band of IHS raised the bars by putting their best foot forward while performing at the UAE Flag Day 2014. Project Back to School. On the 19th day of Ramadan, UAE marks the death anniversary of His Highness Sheikh Zayed as a Zayed Humanitarian Day in remembrance of his spirit of giving. IHS contributed to 10% of the target set by the KHDA by giving in 1,000 bags full of stationery for students in need. And this was the maximum number of bags given by any school. IHS shares its resources and facilities with the community on special occasions. For example, the Sheikh Rashid Auditorium and the playground is used for special occasions by outside schools and for conducting public exams. A charity drive event was conducted in the month of April. A splendid array of experiences ranging from books, flora, nosh, art to games and cultural events. All the funds raised from this went into the chairman's welfare fund. Project Fortnight Delight, a cross-curricular link in which the students of grade 11 and 12, the home science students, they prepared the delicacies, the marketing students marketed their food items, and the account students managed the department of money. All the funds raised went to the chairman's welfare fund. 3 important intangible ways of giving: intellectual, emotional, time and effort giver. Project Test for Good. Project Test for Good has 2 main objectives. First is to spread awareness about autism and raise funds for the Dubai Autism Center. And second, spread awareness about development in skills of science, math and reading to meet the goals set by the national agenda. The parents given a small amount and write an exam. This money goes into improving lives of autistic children. I just won the most creative campaign award for Test for Good. They use social media like Pinterest and Twitter. They put up posters in the school, and therefore we had a very good response both from the teachers, parents, students. With this, I would like to hand over the stage to the head art teacher of the Rashid Pediatric Center, Ms. Ritu Chaturvedi, to address you on 2 projects.
Thank you so much. Hello, I'm Ritu. I'm from Rashid Center, and I'm really thankful from my bottom of heart to IHS Center for continuous supporting for their support, not only like a physical support, and then not only the physically, but to making the children for the integrated part of the well-wisher of the society, because they believe in the every child matters. And because of this motto, they only donated not only the bus, but every year on the Republic Day, the kids are, autistic children are doing parade with the helping hand of the buddies of the IHS student, and they build up the communication room also in the Rashid Center. But this is only not only they are doing, if they are doing continuous support for our center. And recently they did a Palette of Love. Palette of Love is the art project conducted by the IHS with the student of Rashid Center, and they created a wall and they painted the barren wall in the piece of artwork. Helping hand, like a helping hand buddies, the disabled children were holding the brush and the IHS student children holding their hand to paint the entire wall in the piece of artwork. So this is the just way to express their feeling for nurturing the good values in the disabled children. So these are the points I would like to share. Art address identity. Art create the confidence to express. All the disabled children, when they are looking at the wall, when they convert it in the piece of artwork, so they thrill with the joy and the confidence, and art gives them confidence for social interaction. Even they were thinking they are the part of the normal society, they're also as a part of other children. Second, I would like to value of the, what are the value and benefit when these kind of things happen. Like RPC, disabled children, they are interacting with the IHS children, so they are getting social, academic and family. How the family getting the benefit by this? When the disabled children meeting with the normal children and they are creating anything, any kind of good deed they are doing, so the family members are feeling proud of them. So they are nurturing the good plant and they are making them bloom and shine. In the same way, IHS students are benefiting for this kind of good deed, social, academic and personal. They are feeling proud by themselves, they did something good for the society. So these are only my few points I would like to share with you. Now I will call Dhwani to end up this workshop. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Project Growing by Sharing. From the very first cycle of inspection, the inspection report has always appreciated the ICT facilities that IHS has. As an appreciative inquiry, many schools came in to discuss about the effective use of technology in the classrooms. And also in 2013, IHS won the Best IT-Enabled School. Two such visitors were Universal American School and New Indian Model School. With this, I would like to hand over the stage to the principal.
Well, now you have seen what we have been trying to do and how we were trying to give it back to the community. Now we would like to hear from you, your experience and in what ways you are doing it so that we can take back home some new idea from you.
We have actually organized.
Ma'am, your name and.
Taruna, I'm from JSS Private. We have actually organized assessment camps and assessment camp that is for children who cannot afford, for the parents who cannot afford formal assessments outside. So we are doing that for our community actually. So there all the students from others mainstream schools are also called for. This is one big thing which we did, and apart from that we also had collaboration with Indian Council, for our autism awareness and all these programs we have been done.
So you have a panel of experts who will be doing this? Or
Yes, we do have a panel of some therapists and some centers who will join us for this. So we have a team of clinical psychologists, we have a team of special speech therapists, occupational therapists, the whole team is there.
Thank you.
We actually organize it during the this World Disability Day.
Okay.
So it's this time it's planned for 28th November.
Good. You are also from the same
Yes,
discussion.
yeah.
And
The same like charity drive and all we are conducting. That's all.
Yeah, mostly fundraising and bake sales, or recently bike cares. Not much variety like your school, but basically those basic stuff. It's not much, yeah.
Actually, apart from these things which I told, we have been doing a lot of other charity programs like taking children to labor camps and all those places too. But yes, this was something which we did in a big way, and this was something initiated.
yes, many parents do not know that their children have some disabilities, and if they have the chance to do the screening by experts, that's nothing more
And
than that.
specifically when you are having a panel of all the therapists together under one roof, that makes a lot of difference for them. and that too free of cost. It doesn't stop them to come and approach us.
We have one other program which was not mentioned here. It's ongoing for the last 3 years. Cinema for a Cause. An age-appropriate movie will be displayed. There will be a honesty box kept at the entrance. We are not forcing anyone to put anything there, but on their own, they know that the proceeds go into the Children's Welfare Fund, and they drop their coins or currency in the box, pick a packet of popcorn, go and sit. There is a learning aspect to that also, that at the end of the show, they will go back to the classes and they will write a review, either a character sketch or a review about what they have seen. We carefully select the theme or the movie in such a way that it is age appropriate and there is some value to be learned from that.
Same thing we have done in our school along with the Father's Day. Father and the child watching the movie, and there was a collection box kept there. Same. Yeah.
You got the family aspect involved.
Yes.
Now, we also bring in the teaching of values, because if the child forgets to bring the money, he writes a slip, I owe you 5 dirhams, and he puts the slip with his name and class on it. And the next day he will come and bring it to his teacher. So that is also nice.
Yeah, just make them more responsive.
And we used to keep the Mufti Day, that the kids will wear colored dress, and the common collection will be there, and it is used for our ancillary stuff. So that's a token of appreciation.
We have the special needs children who go to our learning center. We allow them to take some minor subjects, and when they pass out from the school, we provide them some jobs which they can do, which they may not get outside the school learning. We know the strengths of the child because the child was with us for 12 years, and we know what the child can do, and we give them an opportunity to earn for their livelihood.
No, in fact, the similar kind of thing we have done, like child who is not able to, cope up with the study or mainstream school now, we have asked them to do some vocational courses, and simultaneously we are training them in our center in the school also, and giving them opportunity to earn.
I think the key idea is that it's not just money.
Yeah,
That's,
that's
I mean, sometimes we equate charity or community activities with money, but it need not necessarily involve money. That is the whole point. There are different ways in which you can serve the community, whether it's by giving up your facilities, your resources, maybe sometimes sharing your ideas also. Like how we, how our technology, the use of technology in classrooms, how we share it with other schools and clubs. That we don't stand to lose anything, and money is not.
You lose your time, but you're losing your time because you're giving the time to explain and show, and so you are giving something. I mean, losing something, but it's for the whole benefit of the community at the end of the day. So that's
Actually, what ultimately matters the most for special needs or other people is the time which they actually strive for, and the kind of acceptance which they get, the belongingness which they get from the group. That matters the most than anything else, I believe.
Believe me, for the Republic Day,
Yeah.
to escort the children coming from the
Exactly, that's
RPC,
what I've realized.
go to hold their hand and walk in the parade. There is a huge rush of volunteers coming.
Exactly, because I believe that would have been the best time for them, for these students, as well as the palette thing which you did.
Yes,
I'm sure that would have been the most memorable moment for those children.
No, even for our children,
Exactly.
it's
It's
not
sensitizing
something
for
which
us.
is
Sense of
very
achievement
serious.
and-
They are all feeling pride. Even the disabled children are also
Exactly.
thinking they are also part of society. They are not like disconnected from the society.
True.
So it helps
It's a
to
vice
raise the
versa.
compassion within the children,
Yes.
which is very.
No, because especially our children don't get to see
Expose
or
to
hear
others.
such
Specials,
special children all the time. So it's a very memorable experience and instills values in them as well.
Thank you all very
Thank
much
you
for
so
your
much.